Hello total world commanders. Today's video is about tiles and how to choose them. For example, this one gives 40% to stone and cement production, and this one gives 70% to silver and scientific dictate. This one gives 80. Now 90 is the max you can get. This is 70, I believe. There would be 90 somewhere. You have to find the 91 basically. This is 60. This is 90. Now why am I going for 90? Whichever tile you want to be on, go for the maximum one. Like don't try to like get 20% silver, 20% stone, or like like this one's iron 10%, 30%. At first this looks good, but you have to maximize this because your talent points, if you go into economy, there is tile bonus. So you have to either be like on 90% food, that's how your food will never go red basically. And if your food doesn't go red, you won't increase your silver and training cost of the troops. So silver is very important in the game. Second most important currency of the game, because number one is gold and number two silver. Silver you need to train troops, and you're always short on training troops because it costs a lot. You lose them all the time on the epics and the other monsters. So it's silver is very important. So you can keep your silver two ways. One, you sit on a 90% food and restricted production tile, because your food is production is very high. Let me show you. Like I have 174k plus right now, and I don't even have Helen as one of my captains selected. She's on March, I believe. I don't know. No, she is idle actually. So yeah, this is with my total army size. Like I have tons of food and I still am plus production, and my houses aren't that high, by the way. Let me show you. I have all house setup. I have made video about city setup before. Do watch that out if you want a city setup. This is a total war setup. Like if you are truly a warrior account, or you want to become a warrior in the future, this is how you set your account up. All houses and all barracks, because you can't get silver or resources much from mansions or these. That's not enough. You get very little from these things. So I've only kept one mansion and one of stone or lumber and iron each, not more. All houses, and when I'll upgrade them, my food production will even go higher. And all barracks to decrease the training speed, to increase the training speed and decrease the amount of time required to train. And the cost is decreased when I can keep a larger army and my food never goes actually red. So that's a plus, and I don't do silver while training. Now if you have if you don't want this kind of city setup, this is a full blown war setup at the very top. If you want to compete at the very top and have a massive army, then this is the one for you. But if you want to have money, or you want to have more mansions to produce money inside city as well, then you have to sit on 90% tile, that is silver production. 90% food and 90% silver are the most important tiles. You should be sitting on either one of them. Most of players like sitting on other tiles, like for example this one, stone and cement, food and religious. I don't think you should be sitting on these tiles, like forest tiles or like boards and lumber. And I mean, you can always gather those resources. You don't need to be on that kind of tile. All this is not important. You just have to be either on a 90% food tile or a 90% like this. This is 50. Okay, here somewhere there will be a 91, right? this is 90. So you have to be like this. But keep in mind, you don't have to separate yourself too much from the other clan members. So try to find the tiles closest to your other members. Like you have to be closer to one another. That helps, especially when you if your kingdom is about to open and all that. You can help each other send marches without portals. It takes less time. It's more convenient to do a lot of stuff without portals if your kingdom is open and all that, because portals can be targeted and people can bypass your shield. Even if you are shielded and you have a portal open, you can be attacked through a portal, bypassing your shield and your walls. So it's very important that you don't have a lot of don't have portals open. So in that scenario, it is very important for you to be closer to each other, but try to find ultimate, like the optimal result should be like finding 90% food and 90% sand within a certain sphere of your clan territory. So that is the best tile to be on. If you really want like defense or something like that and you are a very high level player, maybe 90% strength to fortification kind of tile is good for you. But I don't recommend defending that much, so even if you don't have that tile, that would be fine. Like this is defense tiles, I believe. Health and strength of fortifications. Basically, it increases your wall protection, which can be handy for a very strong player. But if you don't, like our clan doesn't have it, so just saying, you should be on your priority. Majority of the players' priority should be either to be on 90% food tile or 90% sand tile that gives silver bonus, because silver is very important. You either save it by food tile or you save it directly from silver tile. That should be your like optimum mindset or thinking pattern about tile selection.